Well, Cloggs is a multi-branded footwear retailer operating in a number of channels, online, on the phones, traditional mail order, and we'll be relaunching our retail concept later in the year. The Cloggs looks to take the stress out of online shopping, so we always look to push the boundaries in what we can offer our customers. We offer free, fast delivery, free lifetime returns and exchanges, and we always look to stock the best, widest ranges of the best known brands on the high street. So Cloggs was actually set up by my father back in the 70s, and I got involved with my brother in about 2001, where we looked to take the concept properly online and launch our first transactional store, which is when we picked up the phone to Venda.
Venda removed the need for us to manage a set of developers. They remove the cost of innovation, which can run into hundreds of thousands of pounds, and the headache of maintenance. We're retailers first and foremost, and that's where we want to focus our time and resources.
So the acquisition by JD Sports in 2013 allowed us to really have a look at the business as it stood at the time. It's become increasingly obvious over the last couple of years how important that mobile traffic and tablet traffic is changing the way people shop online.
In terms of what makes this site so remarkable, it's a combination of factors. It has a brilliant design, which is clean and simple and minimalist and very modern. It's incredibly easy to use. We've worked to make it as intuitive and as simple as possible. Thirdly, the site is very fast. We have market-leading performance in terms of how quick the site is across all devices. And finally, the site itself is responsive, which means it delivers a consistent and a perfect user experience, whatever device is being used.
Working with Venda, we've been able to identify that a responsive site is really cutting edge and an opportunity for us to be ahead of the game.
We have invested in responsive web design technology because it fits perfectly well our mission, our purpose. When I say that we build the future of retail, that's exactly that. It has adapted to the different size, the different type of device that will be launched in the future. So we help the retailer to have a simpler running of their operation, a better user experience for their customers, and therefore, as I mentioned, it's our purpose. We help our customers to grow their revenues on the most cost-effective way.
Responsive sites are no less of an experience as the main site or traditional sites are. You get exactly the same functionality that you would get usually, but in a responsive fashion where the content adapts to meet the requirements of the device looking at the site.
Venda really have stepped up and they've delivered on time, in fact ahead of time and on budget.
That allowed us the breathing space and the time to really make sure we fully benefit from the mobile traffic and tablet traffic that I'm sure again will break records this Christmas.
And the way we did this is we set up a specialist team. We had daily meetings between the teams themselves to make sure we were on track and delivering exactly what Cloggs were expecting. We regularly delivered new versions of pages for them to look at and validate on a sort of daily or weekly basis. We had weekly project meetings in order to make sure we were on track against the timeline. And the upshot of all this really close collaboration and great communication was we delivered exactly the site they wanted ahead of schedule.
Already we're seeing an improvement in our mobile conversion rate of almost up to 30%, which will really allow us to start accessing all the mobile traffic that is growing every day.
The future for Cloggs and Venda, it's growth. It's having our revenues for both organizations growing and growing, building new models of commerce, building today the future of retail, helping Cloggs to deliver that conversion commerce will help Cloggs to grow successfully over the next 10 years, and we Venda, by supporting that growth of Cloggs, we will be growing with them. The future of Venda is to continuously invest in our product and services, to give us the opportunity to expand our proposition and our product and services outside the UK.
The key thing with working with Venda is that they've been reliable and consistent over the years, and for us in e-commerce, that's vital.